The shop car has turned really into more of an abandoned vehicle at this point.
Because ever since people stopped ordering Genesis Coupe taillights, I have not really driven it that much.
Used to use this car to test all of my custom Genesis Coupe lights, but ever since the Genesis Coupe got a little bit older, people have stopped modifying them and stopped buying the taillights.
Which I completely understand. It's an older car, it's kind of cheap, and there's a lot of really cool cars that have come out since then.
That means that I have not been driving this thing, and it's kind of just sat around. I will drive it from the curb into the driveway. Other than that, this thing just sits around. So one of my old employees is getting married in December. He's also my wife's cousin. Have a vehicle for the wedding, you know, to drive away in. He's got a Jeep Liberty that has dents in every single panel, so I offered my car. But the problem is this car has been sitting abandoned for so long that things are starting to go wrong with it. Today we are going to see everything that is wrong with my abandoned Genesis Coupe. It's been raining for several days here, so the car actually looks kind of clean today, which is hilarious. Start with the most obvious, and that is the paint. The paint is in terrible condition. This is definitely the worst of it, where it's all the way down to the metal and it is starting to rust in a few spots, but everywhere the paint is kind of starting to fade. I don't even know where these scratches came from, but they're pretty deep. The bumper itself is not even painted, it's just vinyl wrapped black, and it is all scratched up as well. Another spot where the paint is just fading away. I think this is just bare plastic at this point. I guess that Texas heat just really eats away at the paint.
Other problem with the body is it got hailed on.
A hailstorm came through a couple years ago and just absolutely demolished this thing. It's kind of when I stopped driving it because I was embarrassed to drive around a hail damaged car. We do have some replacement parts for it. I've already replaced the trunk, so this trunk does not have any dents on it. I do have a new to me hood and fenders. The fenders are brand new, they're not even painted. The hood is used, so the paint itself on it is not great, and it's red, which kind of sucks. All of that on the outside is just cosmetic. There are some serious issues that we have to address down here. Rear tires are completely showing cords on the inside. And of course, we do have some brand new tires for it. Some legendary Otani KC200s. Cheapest tires I can find on eBay,
but they fit the wheels.
The last time that I attempted to work on this car, which was a couple of years ago, I noticed that the rear suspension was pretty seized up. I couldn't adjust it anymore.
And it's causing some problems. That's why the inner tire is pretty worn out. It's because nothing back here is adjustable. I cannot adjust the camber or the caster on this wheel.
We're gonna pull the rear suspension out and get that completely adjusted back up a couple of inches so that it's not as terrible of a ride. Right now, it just likes to skate in the back. Let's go on the inside and see what is wrong. And let's see if it even starts. It's not a good sign. The taillights on this thing don't seal up properly, so the trunk is full of water, making this thing smell really bad. Definitely need to fix that before they drive away in it. Let's see if it starts. I got nothing. It's just sad. There's cobwebs everywhere inside this thing. Oh man. Let's test this battery and see how much voltage it's got in it. It's from 2019, so probably not much. 3 volts. So I probably left something on or something turned on as the battery was dying. That's not good. I'm gonna put this on a battery charger for a couple hours and then come back and retest tonight.
3:28 a.m.
It's been several hours now.
Oh, let's try to fire it up. If just the charger doesn't work, I also have a battery jumper. All right, we're actually getting lights this time. Try to put my key in here. Ooh. Nope. Okay, let's grab the jump box and see if we can get this thing to fire up. Jump box is on. Put the key in. Got it. This is where I would put a sponsor. If I had one! Instead, this video is sponsored by me and my business, NTX Glow. If you want custom headlights or taillights for your car, then I can definitely get those to you. We have everything from OEM lights to pre-built, ready to ship lights. We have OEM lights, we have pre-built aftermarket lights, we have custom hand-built lights, which is probably everything that you've seen on this channel so far. So whatever crazy ideas you have, or if you just need a new set of headlights or taillights for your car, we have them on the website, ntxglow.com. Let's see what else is wrong with this thing. Before I pull it in, I want to go ahead and give it a small drive and see everything that is not working anymore. Okay, just got in the car. I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything that I see wrong before I actually drive it. Let's just start with the lights. Really, it's not too bad. The e-brake light is on just because the e-brake is up, but the TPMS light is on and low washer fluid. The screen looks weird. It's like the screen is going out. Also, several of these lights are starting to go out in the buttons, which is odd. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but everything is shaking and rattling at just idle. Like this door panel sounds like it's about to just fall right off. These overhead lights are terrible, so we definitely need some new ones of those. I want to see if the radio is actually working. Okay, we're gonna drive this for maybe a quarter of a mile and just get a feel for it. See if we can hear anything that might be wrong or feel anything that might be wrong. We need wipers. Okay, just driving down the road, I think that there's a ton of water sitting in the trunk somewhere because there's condensation on the inside of the glass. I can't see a single thing right now. I gotta show you. This is my view right now. And all of this is on the inside. Okay, we're gonna have to turn around because this is really bad. Well, that drive was a complete failure. Of course, the windshield looks totally fine now. But even in that very short drive, I was able to feel how bad the rear suspension is. The whole time, the back of the car is just shaking like this. I already know what we're gonna do about that. But while I was driving, I did notice something else. That's the steering wheel and how bad condition this leather is now. I can't believe that these chunks are just coming off. Like a whole chunk of it came off in my hand while I was driving for that 2 minutes. The brakes sounded pretty rough, but I think that was mostly because of the rust buildup. They still have a little bit of rust buildup on them. Let's try to find the water. These cars are known for having really bad water leaks in the trunk, so we're gonna start there. There's evidence of water, but no standing water. So we're gonna leave that open, let it dry for several days, and then hopefully all of this condensation will go away. We'll also get a good clean going. So what is the plan for the Genesis Coupe to get it rebuilt? We only have a few weeks. It is a week or two into November right now, and the wedding is in the middle of December. So we have maybe 4 to 6 weeks to get this car rebuilt. First few things that we're gonna do is obviously do the hood and the fenders. I wanna make sure that the steering wheel feels nice for him. So I have a steering wheel wrap. It doesn't replace the leather itself, and it's not exactly one of those universal fit steering wheel covers. So this is one of the ones that gets sewn in place, but it still goes over the top of your existing leather cover. I've got one on my truck. It's really not bad. It feels pretty good. These tires are gonna get put on, but the very first thing we need to do is replace the tires. I am about to jack the car up, take the rear wheels off, and drop them off at a tire shop to have the rear tires replaced. And of course, when we have the rear tires off, it's gonna be a great time to go ahead and drop the rear suspension as well. When I wanted to rebuild this car for months so that he could drive it in the wedding, and somehow I am still waiting to the last minute, so I really need to get going on this. There is going to be several videos on the car build itself, so that'll be quite fun. I am not going to reveal the body color yet. If you have a keen eye, you would have seen the roll of vinyl in the shop and know the color that the car is going to be. In the comments, give me ideas for wheel colors because these are gonna have to get resprayed. They're all pretty rough, and when they remove the rear tires, They're going to scratch them up just like they did last time. So we're gonna respray these after we get new tires on. Let me know what color we should get. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it, and be awesome if you would subscribe.